2011 rolls around and she's got Femme Fatale, which is, I believe, the first of worst albums about to come out from Britney. I'm sorry, everybody on the Britney camp loves Femme Fatale, and you guys, I hate it. There's really nothing worth noting on this album. She does a song called Criminal. In the video, there's a lyric that says, you know, tattooed on his arm, his lucky charm, it's my name on his arm. And Justin Timberlake has a song with Jay-Z, and I believe he wrote his own lyrics to it. I know it's a Jay-Z song, but I believe he wrote his portion of the song, and that song is Holy Grail. And when was this written? I think it was 2013. Basically, he says in that song, you know, your name is written on my fucking arm, and he points to his tattoo. Now there's a story, don't know how real it is, you guys, I've only heard it through the grapevine of the internet, where Justin Timberlake said in an interview that he got his tattoo, it's a cross, and he says that it symbolizes his relationship with Britney or something like that, or something in it is representative of his relationship. Something about it is related to Britney, and he points to it in the video when he's singing in Holy Grail, you know, this is, your name's on my arm. And also the theme of that song, his lyrics in particular, are about somebody who he's not in a relationship with anymore, but somebody that really took him for a ride romantically, and that's all I'm gonna say. Except Britney said herself that her favorite song was Holy Grail by Justin Timberlake. She didn't say Jay-Z, she said Justin Timberlake. And she said her reason for it was that it was quote unquote mystical. So I think she must, you know, I know she doesn't write her own lyrics, so Criminal is kind of just a, you know, it's just a thing to note, but not really take very seriously, except in the case Justin's kind of has a foundation to it, like a little, there's something to it, in other words. So fast forward to 2013. Justin finally releases a new album called The 2020 Experience. It's a great album. I actually fucking love it. There's actually two parts to it. There's just the 2020 Experience, and then there's 2020 Experience 2 of 2, or it's part 2 basically. On the first album, he puts out the song Mirrors. It's a very weird song, and it has a weird background to it. Most people are gonna think that the song was meant for Jessica Biel, his now wife, who he married in, according to my timeline, I think he married her in 2011. Okay, backing it up for a minute. Britney Spears gets engaged to Jason Trainwick in December 2011, but JT gets engaged right after he hears the news that Britney is engaged. He suddenly becomes engaged to Jessica Biel, who he just reunites in a relationship with. They split up for about quite a while. They broke up in 2011 in, it looks like, March, and then they get back together by fall. So they're gone. It's summers. They're not together in summer. I don't know. So weird. It's not like he got a little bit jealous or anything hearing that his ex suddenly got, I don't know, engaged, and he had to tie the knot. You know, maybe just a little coincidental, but it's suspicious, isn't it? Just a little suspicious. So is Mirrors about Jessica? I don't know. Let's find out. The lyrics are, just put your hand on the past. I am here trying to pull you through. You just gotta be strong. stronger, anyone? No, I'm just kidding, no. But really, seriously, just put your hand on the past. I'm trying to pull you through. The only past he has is not with Jessica. He's been with Jessica for quite a while, but they've been together. There's no past as far as what I'm seeing, and he's trying to pull someone through. Just a little weird. Also, it is said that Timberlake confirmed that JT wrote this song in 2007. Now, Justin started dating Jessica in early 2007, which makes it a little weird that he writes a song so early in their relationship. You know, he says, "It's like you're my mirror, and it was easy coming back to you." The weird part about this song is not the song. The song can easily relate to Jessica, except for, the writing of it is a little iffy. But okay, let's say they were deeply, deeply in love in 2007. They just met. Their relationship gets stronger by the day. They're at the stage where they're mirrors in 2007. And say the song isn't even written in 2007. That's fine. Okay, I'll believe that if it's that's the thing. Now here's what's weird. The video is shot weird. Let me just put it that way. JT does say that he dedicated the video to his grandparents, which is really sweet. It has, a couple of old people in it, and the woman can't find her husband. Maybe he died. I don't really know a lot about his grandparents, so I'm assuming this is a situation that happened. His grandfather may have died, but the woman can't find him, and it goes into the past where their relationship was a little rocky. She got pregnant. They were teens. Now, mind you, going back to Justin's life, he ended up being with his childhood sweetheart, his literal childhood sweetheart. Mickey Mouse Club days. He had a huge crush on Britney, and then they started dating after they reunited again in the spotlight. They were teenagers then. And they had this really great love, and it was so deep and it was so passionate, and suddenly they're not together anymore. But at the time, he always wanted what his grandparents had. And I'm assuming, looking at the video, they had a relationship since they were a teenager, and then till they were very old. And I can only imagine that's also what he wanted for his life. I believe he said that. I think Britney said that too. They had the same values, basically. In the video, the elderly people keep missing each other. And it's very strange. It's very strange. They're walking past each other. They're not seeing each other. But it is about their grandparents. It is about their grandparents, I'm assuming. However, the ring in the video that the grandparents have is passed down to JT. So Justin has this ring in his hand as if what they have, their marriage and their ideals of love are being passed down to him, and now it's his job to take it and run with it, basically. It's like you're my mirror, and he's dancing in this room of mirrors, and it's very sad. Honestly, for a song about Jessica, it's very strangely sad. He's dancing in these mirrors, like I said, and there's a girl in the mirror, and she's sad. They can't reach each other. He's putting out his hand on the glass. She's putting her hand on the glass, and she looks very sad because she can't get to him. There is something in the way. At one point during this time, the lyric goes that she's the inspiration for the song. So if it's really Jessica, why is the song sad at the end? Don't you think it would end on a happy note? Maybe not. Maybe artistically it's not. Okay? Sure. But we have some other songs that came up on the 2020 experience that are very iffy. very iffy. So we have the song, last song on the fucking album. It's Blue Ocean Floor, and it goes a little something like this. It's basically about someone who's in need. He's saying that he'll always be there for them, and what he really wants to do is take them to the blue ocean floor and kind of get away from everyone, somewhere where they can't be found. It just doesn't seem like a song about Jessica. There's plenty of songs about Jessica on this album, very clearly songs about her, but this song is very weird, for lack of a better term. It's strange. Now their wedding wine supposedly is called Blue Ocean Floor, so take that as you will. You know, I don't know if they requested it to be called that, or somebody was inspired to call it that, or whatever. The situation is that he wants to take this person in the song and escape with them, and it's someone in need, basically. Britney's had a really hard life since 2007. She's really kind of had it rough in the media. People have not treated her well. She's in a lifetime conservatorship. I can't say the word. It's she's basically locked in for life with her family taking care of her assets, her financial, her finances, everything. Every decision she makes basically has to be run through someone else, like her father or whoever is going to be taking care of her, basically, which is really sad. There's a lot that's going on in that whole thing that's just like messed up, and basically it's just because she's a cash cow. It's not for any other reason, really. She's doing great these days. There doesn't seem to be a reason for it. Not when there's people like Lindsay Lohan out in the world who are having a lot of troubles with drugs and not getting the help that they need, and they keep messing up again. No offense to Lindsay Lohan. That's just my point of view on the whole situation. So, you know, Britney's been in need, basically. For anybody who follows her, they know that she's had it really rough. Keep that in mind. Now, part 2 of 2 is where things get really Britnified, if I may say that. It's kind of like, yes, it could be about anyone. It could just be like made up in his mind, but it's kind of really Britney-ish. In other words, I feel like he hasn't let her go. Let's take a look at some of the songs in 2 of 2. Otherwise, the 2020 experience 2 of 2. There's a song called Amnesia on it. One of my favorites also. Lyrics are, beautiful smile with those sad eyes. That was my type. Amnesia, it's over. Who has sad eyes? Insert Britney picture here. Come on, he's talking about her. Come on, he's talking about her. He's talking about her. Around the 5-minute mark, the song gets really different. It becomes more of a ballad, kind of. You know, thought I could do without ya. Now I know I need ya. I need ya. I'll let you drive me crazy for another day. Now, who the fuck does that remind you of, you guys? Let's be real. Drive you crazy. There's only one person that could ever allude to. Britney Spears. He's still writing songs about her and singing them and performing them to this day. This is 2013. But it's been so long. 9 years. And he's still singing about them, you know? No, it's been 11 years? I don't know how to do math. It's 11 years. You know, it's been 11 years, so he's still going at it. It's a little bit strange. Another song that's on the album is TKO. Another favorite of mine. if you watch the song, or you watch the music video for the song, it's a little similar to Every Time. The girl's wearing a white button-up shirt, she's got no pants on, they're having a fight, you know, throwing each other against the fridge, kind of having some makeup sex. It's very reminiscent of Every Time in certain ways, in certain aspects, except at the end, the girl drives him off of a cliff. Also, she's not a brunette, she is a blonde. The actress in it is a blonde. Just saying, just putting that out there, you guys. I'm putting it out there. I'm giving you the information. You take with it what you want to take with it. I think it's really, really weird. I think it's really weird. Another song, Drink You Away. He's having a lot of trouble drinking his problems away. He's having a lot of problems drinking this person away. He is not forgetting someone, and this kind of becomes apparent in, you know, Amnesia. There's another song, Only When I Walk Away. She loves me now, she loves me not, but only, you know, only when I walk away. Kind of weird. Kind of, I don't know. You know, these could be songs about Jessica. Could definitely. You know, a lot of Britney fans do not like Jessica Biel. They call her really mean things. I feel like I'm one of the only fans that don't hate her. I don't really hate her. I think she's, you know, she's not a good actress, but she's hot and she's really funny and she's probably a really great wife, you know? Kind who just sits there and takes it when her husband cheats on her. God bless you, Jessica Biel. Justin has met his match. Now, before I get into the last song that's on the 2020 Experience 2 of 2, I want to talk about Britney's song Perfume. Now, her album, the dreaded Britney Jean, which was a horrible abomination. Her song Perfume, the music video, is kind of weird. How many times have I said this? Somebody should put a counter up and put how many times I've said weird, interesting, whatever else. So in Perfume, she's, you know, they're wearing plaid shirts. She's with this guy, but she's a side chick in the song, in the video. She's a side chick, and the girl he's with is brunette. And she doesn't know about Britney, so Britney's spraying herself with her perfume, and you're like, bitch, I want you to smell me on your fucking boyfriend. And maybe Britney's having some thoughts about somebody who she used to have feelings for. You know, she's driving crazy in a truck at this point, and in the director's cut, I believe she kills someone, maybe the guy. The director's cut never comes out, so we don't really know the storyline, but Perfume's kind of one of those interesting stories that we don't get to see. But what we do get to see is very telling. It came out after TKO, mind you. I'm just saying. So here we are with Justin Timberlake's last track on his last album. It's called Not a Bad Thing. It's not a bad thing to love him, no, whatever. Afterwards, there's a hidden track. It's not listed on the album. It's called Pair of Wings. It's very interesting. Now, I know I can't save you from the troubles of the world. Like I said, Britney was having a lot of troubles in the world. Okay. If I had a pair of wings, I'd pick you up and fly you far away from here. He goes on to say, if I could, I'd fly you away on a big old pair of wings. Is this for Jessica, though? Is he saying he wants to pick Jessica up and fly her away with his pair of wings? Now, mind you, in Every Time, that Britney is basically saying she falls without her wings. She doesn't have her wings. They've been clipped. She's not innocent anymore. She can't fly. Here's JT talking about if he had wings, he would fly her away from there. I don't think it's for Jessica, and here's why. With this lyric, we keep getting older, the world keeps getting colder. Tell me, when did we lose our way? Okay, so Jessica Biel and JT did split up at one time, but it was very brief. It was kind of just for the summer. They got back together, they got engaged, they got married. He really wasn't away from her that long. But this song seems to be telling of a relationship that never made it back together. And it's the last song of his album. It seems like there is a pattern here where they keep putting the last song on the album for each other. Now, granted, Britney went a few albums without putting anything out there for him. Perfume is the last song on her album. Britney Jean, the abomination that does not need to happen and can be forgotten. So many notes. Anyway, I think it's something to think about, you know, having these songs on the album, the last songs, is very romantic. It kind of seems like Justin Timberlake hasn't let Britney go, and maybe he has moved on, and maybe he doesn't actually love her that way anymore. He's not pining for her, he's not yearning for her. Maybe he is. But he's comfortable in a relationship with Jessica. Jessica is probably a great match for him because she's safe. She doesn't really put up with any shit. You know, he can go and cheat on her, which he has, which is also a sign of somebody who's in a relationship but they're not being fulfilled on some level. So they're seeking it out, you know what I mean? And maybe he didn't actually cheat on her also. That could just be tabloids. But it seems like Jessica kind of is, I believe she's a Pisces, and she's gonna cling on to that. She's gonna stay with him probably for life, you know. She's that kind of a woman. She also is a little on the manipulative side as far as I can see as an outsider. She actually stalked him and made sure that she became his girlfriend. She drove by his house all the time. She invited herself to parties, stuff like that. So she made sure she was in his life. She knew what she wanted. She got what she wanted. And Justin's happy with that because he's getting what he needs. Somebody who's not going to cheat on him or leave him, which is what Britney did to him, supposedly. Even if she didn't cheat, she kind of ripped out his heart. She left him. She didn't stand for anything. So there's really, you know, this thing that's going on where Justin's probably going to stay with Jessica unless something blows up. They're going to have a family. They're going to be great. Justney fans are going to suffer through it. Now we're in an era right now, and we're 2016, and there's rumors that Justin, you know, he received a phone call from Britney and that she wants him on her album, or she wants to participate doing a duet on stage with him, which would be really awesome. You know, that could also be just tabloids too. You know, rumors happen in Hollywood. Nothing can be taken at face value. But I think it would be an awesome thing for their careers right now. It would really definitely help Britney out. Britney's kind of been playing on the lower levels for a while. She just kind of wanted to do her thing, you know, let the fame kind of fizzle out, because it really wasn't doing her any good back in 2007, and she's ready to come back out and show her light again to the world. And JT, really, he's not really in music right now. He's kind of taking another break, doing this and that, and actually I think he is doing an album. So he's doing an album. It would be really great. It would be something, I think, that would help a lot of the fans that never got over their relationship ending. So that's all I have to say about that. We'll see, you know, if the rumors are true. Maybe they're gonna perform together, or maybe Jessica shut that down, or maybe it was never gonna happen. But either way, you know, Justin hasn't let go of this relationship. I don't believe he has. There's many other fans that don't believe he has. And there's a lot of really defensive Jessica Biel fans that, you know, don't fuck with them. They're gonna tell you Justin's not into Britney. He hates her. He never wants to do anything with her ever again. Except, mind you, Britney may have dated him a couple years, but she was a huge part of his life. They grew up together. And in the song Mirrors, who would be his mirror? Who would be his reflection? Well, growing up, they had basically the same start. They were mirror reflections of each other. They were Barbie and Ken. They were a mirror, two reflections into one. So, you know, Jessica doesn't really seem like that kind of person. She didn't have a huge career. She was an actress and she kind of does B movies, you know. She's successful for what she does, but she's not anywhere near his level. And that's just my 2 cents. There's nothing against Jessica. I like Jessica. I think she's cool. I think JT was hurt a lot from this relationship with Britney, and he never let it go because it didn't end with any closure. So I think he doesn't have any closure. I think he's been carrying it on and on and on and on, and using it as his muse to write, but not necessarily that he's going to run back to her. I'm going to be realistic here. I don't think he's going to run back to her unless the two of them are ever single at some point in the future, and who knows, that might happen. But you know, he's still saying things like, you know, you think you met the one, but she turns out to be just a bitch. He's saying that at concerts, giving the finger. He's still doing that stuff before Cry Me a River. So it's just a little telling that he's a bitter bitch right now. And he's just kind of, I don't know, we'll see if he ever gets over it. But this is part 1 of the Justney series. And I'm gonna thank you for sticking with me if you watch this whole video. I know it was long. And we're gonna have some more interesting things about Justney in part 2. So I'll see you there. And next time, I think we'll talk about somebody else. Maybe Larry. We'll see. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, okay? Go and comment. Go and comment who you'd like me to talk about next. If you've enjoyed this series, and please tell me if you have, and give me a little thumbs up, and go subscribe. Bye guys, this is Nicole Sweet.